Every Nation shared Nintendo of America's post of a animated short with no explanation of its context. And I know a lot of people have already seen this already. This kind of went across hyper viral on the internet today. I'm going to go through it again one more time. And then I want to talk about some of the things people picked out of this and curious little thoughts and ideas of what this could be related to, because it's a near 4-minute video of a animated short. I kept waiting for like it to turn into a game or something, or to showcase gameplay or do something or show a character that we're familiar with. Nope, none of that. So let's see. Now, first impression of this, I do find it curious that this is, I'm going to assume a boy because of the blue shirt, a blue bed, but a pink rug makes you wonder who designed the set for this. And this was intentional. I can tell you as a dad, ain't no way I'm putting a pink rug in my son's room, and I'm not putting a blue rug in my daughter's room. It's just kind of what I do for cohesion of the colors. I'm matching. I'm not saying that girls can't have blue and boys can't have pink when they're there. I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, when you pick one color, that's the one you typically stick with other colors throughout the room, but not massive color and massive color to clash with each other. You don't do that unless you're trying to virtue signal something. And a pink binky on top of a pink rug. Again, all these decisions are worked on, thought about. They want to showcase how they portray this. So I have some serious questions about who is directing this behind the scenes. Lots of pink. Lots of pink. Yep. So I'm going to say straight up, I think that the more I'm watching this, the more I think that this is going to be a new Pikmin game. I've heard rumors, people saying that it could be Lucas as a baby from Earthbound, and that this is his powers that he's showcasing when he's a baby. And there's some references we'll get into after this video about that. But I'll also explain why I feel like this is a Pikmin game for multiple reasons. So that right there is kind of a dead giveaway of why I think it's a Pikmin game. If you play Pikmin for any sort of time, Pikmin's one of my favorite game series of all time. I love Pikmin. When the Pikmin carry something, it has that little hop feature where they're like up, and it's like a little hop, 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 hop. Like you see it bouncing like that. So watch how this item just bounces. Like that's exactly how the item bounces in the air when a Pikmin is carrying it. So every time there's a new Pikmin, typically, I don't know if every single time, but typically, at least in the mainline series, there are new Pikmin with new abilities. So there could be a new ability Pikmin as well, where they're invisible Pikmin. I haven't heard anyone even say that, by the way. I just came to mind when I was talking right now. So yeah, that's like Pikmin, pick it up. Now they're fighting each other for it. You see both sides being pulled. Yep. Bouncing. Yeah, the more I'm watching this, the more I'm like, it's not Earthbound. This is definitely Pikmin, because it climbs up over the block and then jumps down off the block. Wait, hold on. Let's back it up. See, it has to jump up on the yellow block and then jump down. So if this was his psychic powers, it wouldn't be jumping up on top of a block. Now he's dragging it. I think you know what the funniest part about this is when this trailer first came out, people were like, "Oh my god, Earthbound, Earthbound!" I was like, "Man, is there one thing Nintendo will constantly, for eternity, disappoint everybody with? Is the lack of Earthbound announcements." See, it's still attached to it, still pulling at it. But then let's go right when she goes to grab it. So first, upon first look, there's not too much depth to it. It's just like, okay, baby's first steps, great. Okay, cool. Well, there's a little bit more to this that I was looking into, and let me see a couple things. Yeah, there was a lot of trans pride colors throughout it, which was very curious to say the least. Now, could it be a coincidence? Of course it could, but at the same time, I'm like, between the colors of the carpet, the choices, the pink binky for a boy, it's just there's so many questions that I have with it. There was also this post here that Natalia said, "So Nintendo is stealthily shoving the trans political agenda, and nobody's noticed it. Video will, without context, with trans flag colors everywhere from Nintendo. You people better start noticing patterns, just like Netflix." So there you go. Trans in the background, the blue, pink, white. There's that green layer, but then it goes right back to blue. And then this one here, where it's just blue, pink, white. That's like, that's on purpose, right? There's no way you can get this shot accidentally. You can't. I'm never gonna buy that. This is uh, subliminal messaging that they're trying to push forward. 100%. This is Rainbow Nintendo working together to increase personal and professional connections, as well as fostering and accepting an open environment to welcome new LGBTQ plus family members into the greater Nintendo family. For the longest time, guys, I wanted to work at Nintendo until Nintendo of America started going down this path. I was like, yeah, no, I can't. I used to be like my dream job. It's all I ever wanted to do. And then I saw what Nintendo turned into. And I'm like, nope, this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. Nintendo changed who they were, and it's turned into something that nobody ever wanted. I will say, when I posted this on X, I said, seems split on whether this is a new Pikmin game or Earthbound 4. I initially, by the way, I changed my mind now after watching it multiple times. I leaned towards Earthbound just based on the sheer presentation by Nintendo. What do you think? Because it was a very weird presentation, which would be in line with Earthbound, especially if you see this. That's odd. The baby bottle that he pointed at seemed to move a little bit. Curious, almost like it was a new modern take on the Earthbound story. But then the case for Pikmin. This is, I believe, from Pikmin Go or whatever the Pikmin walking app is. Pikmin are invisible to the human eye, but can be seen through your smartphone. Now, I don't think that this is actually what it's meant to be. I think that there's a new type of Pikmin that can go invisible and undetected by enemies. I think that would actually make the most logical sense based off of the various Pikmin that are available right now. One that disappears would make a lot of sense. Here's another one. More Pikmin. Something small and red is moving over there. This is very curious. The way it's walking and blurred there, it looks like a red Pikmin that Nintendo was being very subtle because they knew people would go through this with a fine-tooth comb. And then I posted this as well, that what other people are noticing, the trans stuff. And I got to be honest, guys, I it really breaks my heart because I don't want to have to be boycotting or ignoring and not paying and buying the latest Pikmin game if they're going to be doing this kind of shit in it. I can't. I'm going to be looking at this game very, very closely. But if this is going to be a Pikmin game, I'm already a little turned off by it just from this. Just from this. And I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but at the end of the day, like we were talking about in how many different videos, there's only so much of this you can take before you start speaking with your wallet and saying, no, enough. Stop this shit. Go back to making games. Get rid of the ideologies that that you think that you're so smart, subtly injecting these into the games and pretending like, oh, it's just a coincidence. It's the clouds and a rainbow that just happens to be the same fucking colors as the fucking trans flag. Yeah, okay, bro. Okay, yeah, I bet. Very, very frustrating to see this. This was like took the air out of my sails when I saw this. Like, damn, for something that could have been so exciting. So, oh, what are they doing next? I saw this and I'm just like, nah, fuck them. Sorry, can't anymore. But maybe that's just me. Let me know what you guys think about Nintendo's latest animated short, and if this is something that you'd be interested in buying if it turns out to be a Pikmin game, or I don't even know anymore. I can't make heads or tails of this. Nintendo of America has gone woke completely. This was clearly developed by Nintendo of America or someone within the States, or at least someone animating it, knowing what the pride colors are, because that doesn't happen by accident. And Japan probably had no idea. That's how smooth they were when they did this. So, yeah, it is what it is. But I'm going to leave that one right there.